Hi there, Nate Urandi, Orion Training Systems. Surprise, surprise, blood doping is back in the news, with definitive legal verdict being handed down that the 211 blood bags seized as part of Operation Puerto will not be destroyed, as had previously been ordered by Spanish authorities back in 2013. If you recall, Operation Puerto happened back in 2006. Instead, samples of those blood bags are going to be delivered to the relevant authorities, such as the UCI, which is the World Governing Body of Cycling, the Spanish Cycling Federation, WADA, the World Anti-Doping Agency, as well as the Italian National Olympic Committee. Curiously enough, the doctor at the center of this doping ring, Eufemiano Fuentes, has been cleared of all charges. These 211 blood bags can be tied back to about 35 athletes. So that means each athlete had, on average, 7 bags of blood stored with the good doctor. And it's a mixture of cyclists and other endurance athletes, such as soccer players, tennis stars, and some others. So, we'll get back to that. But some of you probably wondering why and how the good doctor is cleared of all misconduct. Well, back in 2006, at the time of this probe, the only possible charge that could be levied against him was that of an offense against public health. And for some reason, storing blood, which is a very precise thing that if done improperly will kill the recipient of that blood, is not considered something that's germane to public health. I don't get it. In any case, in 2013, Fuentes was originally given a 1-year suspended prison sentence, as well as a 4-year ban from practicing as a sports doctor. So not only is he now free from further charges, his ban from being a sports doctor has also been lifted. Lastly, this verdict is considered final, and it can be neither appealed nor challenged. So ultimately, it doesn't matter anyways, right? The statute of limitations, which has a maximum of 10 years according to the WADA code, means that no athletes on this list can face suspensions. In fact, only a handful of riders even received suspensions back in the day. 2 of those riders, Alejandro Valverde and Michele Scarponi, are still competing today, but since they've already been suspended, it's like double jeopardy. They can't be retried for crimes that they've already paid for. So, shocking outcome, doctors free and clear. Here are some rhetorical questions that were posed to me, so I posed them to you. How coincidental is it that Operation Puerto finally got hashed out as the statute of limitations expired? Very good question. Is it just coincidence that 10 years later this finally got resolved? Second question. Given that the identities of the other endurance athletes, such as the soccer stars and tennis stars, were suppressed, will we ever find out who those bags belong to? Another good question. Will we ever find out that Rafael Nadal was on this list? That's a really good question because one of the tennis stars is supposed to be one of the hottest tennis stars during that time. He was one of those. I'm not pointing a finger at him directly, but it wouldn't be surprising, right? And then lastly, given that the statute of limitations has expired, what the heck do the UCI, the Spanish Cycling Federation, WADA, and the Italian National Olympic Committee hope to accomplish by further analyzing the bags? I guess it would help bring some closure in deciphering the entire list of athletes that Fuentes helped and that those bags belong to, but really, with no teeth behind those findings, what is it really going to accomplish? That's a great question. Anyways, it's going to be pretty interesting. We're going to be seeing who's been hiding under the rocks for the past decade and how they respond to, and how the public, quite frankly, responds to the exposure that those athletes are almost assuredly going to experience sometime in the somewhat near future. Happy training.